Right. First of all, big congratulations to Missouri for their effort here this weekend. It wasn't just tonight. They had a nice battle last night. And while I don't know Coach Kreklow super well in my travels, he's been one of the nicer guys that I've run into in the business. Just love that guy and love my conversations with him, and very, very happy for him and the Missouri Tigers. Wish him the best of luck. I'm also very, very happy with my team, my seniors. I wasn't going to let any one match define anything this year. That includes the last one, whichever one it was going to be. We had a historic season. The consistency that this team displayed was unlike anything I've ever been a part of. And I'm just talking about, we had an undefeated team one year. I know that means a lot. And people would say, what about that one? We just kept winning set after set after set. That kind of run of just playing so clean was just something that I thought was remarkable. And it took an amazing effort day in and day out in the gym, lots of adjustments, lots of riding of waves up and down. And that's, outside of things I'll always remember about these players, that's something that just stands out to me about Shocker Volleyball 2017.
Thank you. Questions for the student athletes?
Mikaela, anytime a group of seniors grows together over 4 years, they can become a pretty tight-knit group, but it seems like this senior class was especially close. What do these girls, these seniors, mean to you as people?
So the question is, what do these other players, seniors, mean to you as people?
I honestly don't have words. I can't even explain how much these girls mean to me in my life and have meant to me over the past 4 years. How many times we've been in the locker room, they can pick me up after a bad day and vice versa. Getting to share the moments on the court together is something that I think a lot of people just don't understand. And unless you're in these situations day in and day out, I don't think you'll ever understand the impact that people have on you. I will leave here with best friends, people that I would never have encountered elsewhere, and people that know the deepest part of me and the way that I react to these tough situations. They know how to get me out of those situations. They also know how to pick me up and celebrate, and I couldn't ask for a better group of people to be with. I really couldn't.
Abbie and Mikaela, could you talk about the adjustments maybe made at the break? It looked like especially blocking got better, more organized. How did that unfold there in the third and fourth sets?
So the question is, Abbie and Mikaela, if you could speak to the adjustments that were made at the break.
Go ahead.
I think we did a little bit of a lineup change. That was one adjustment we made. And then we knew who was hot by the first 2 sets, and we were a little bit more aware of the speed that the ball is being set, so that always helps going into, as you get into a match.
I would say the same thing. Coaching staff does a phenomenal job of giving us feedback in, like, point by point in the timeouts at the break. I think it goes back to us being coached and being aware and knowing that we have to make plays and what we need to do to make those plays.
What kind of lift did Alex Kuhn and Brooks Smith give you, especially those third and fourth sets? They really seemed to keep things going.
So the question is if you can speak to the lift that Kuhn and Smith gave you in those third and fourth sets.
They both did great. Alex, just amazing as a person also, and I think that her personality kind of helped us push through the game also. And then Brooke coming out probably scared as heck with all of those awesome fans out there, but she came out and killed it.
Alex is one of those people that you're going to get the same thing out of her day in and day out. She's a workhorse, she's a rock, and to have her add to the mix of us is so fun, because we know every given night it's Alex, and she's going to be there. We're going to have effort, we're going to have execution from her. Can't ask more from a teammate.
student athletes.
For all three of you, you accomplished something that every team after you is going to have to follow. Going 20-0 in the American, first year in the American, and going just as far as any other team in that conference. What does that accomplishment mean to you, and how's that going to just add to the legacy of your career?
I'll cry. You guys got it.
So the question is, what does the legacy of your accomplishments this year and in the American mean to each of you?
I think that it's hard to see it right now because, we had a lot of goals this season, and obviously a goal was to make it to a Sweet 16, and everyone wanted that, and that was something we could accomplish. But when you look at the whole season, the whole team is super proud of everybody. I think we worked for it, and we had a goal going in there, and we wanted to be undefeated, and we went out there and we did that. And I couldn't be prouder of this team.
Times two.
Retweet.
Any other questions for our student athletes? Thank you all very much. All right, questions for Coach Lamb?
Yeah, Chris, could you talk a little bit more about the adjustments and maybe the contrast between the first two sets and third and fourth?
Well,
The question is to ask you if you could talk about the adjustments before the third and fourth sets.
well, before that, Paul, I want to say that we made a decision during the season about how we were going to approach the serving line, and we came out in the preseason going after it a little bit tougher. And as the season unfolded, we were realizing that we were winning rallies, so we sort of backed off on the tougher serving. Where Tabitha hits the jump top spin serve, and we can do some things with a couple other girls, but we sort of went with the A-, B+. Let's not make errors from the service line. Let's get into rallies, because as we were assessing the conference through the beginning of the conference, we sort of backed off from being ultra aggressive. I told our boosters tonight that Missouri's been firing off serves. You saw them miss 11 tonight. Well, you're going to get to a point in the season when you wish you were a tougher serving team, and that's a decision that you got to make. But we proved to be very successful in the schedule that we thought we were going to face to play that way. And against Missouri, there were times during the match when I was saying, yeah, I wish we had a little bit more there from her. And we asked for it, but it's tough to turn that on. So I just want to throw that out there for all the volley heads that, yeah, that was in a match like this when I thought blocks would go their way and I thought, they could win the serve and pass game. Well, we've been winning that throughout the season. And, it's just a bit of a volley thing that I just thought I'd throw out there. In terms of the adjustments, Brooke's a little bit longer than Emma, a little more mobile left or right, but we just, Brooke's learning how to play volleyball, and we didn't know if we can get her, on the scoreboard. It turns out we did. So super excited for Brooke to get out there. We were actually going to redshirt her this year. She ended up, playing early in a pinch, and then, it's been going really, really well for Brooke. Super proud of Brooke. The other adjustment was just moving Alex to the opposite spot, and it gave me more opportunities, I felt, to do some things blocking-wise with the way I thought the matchups were, and we were right there. That was a nice piece there that added, to the scoreboard. But I feel like, we just weren't good enough tonight. You look down here, this is a team that was able to get to Abbie. Tabitha 4 kills in 4 sets. That's not something that you're going to expect to see when the Shockers are winning. And hats off to the Missouri Tigers for doing that. And we've been doing that to teams all year, and Missouri was able to sort of tighten the noose a little bit on us where they needed to, and that's good coaching with a lot of talent, and you can do those things.
Yeah, early they dug some balls that looked like had not been dug against Wichita State in a while. Does that just take a while to kind of adjust and calibrate and figure out what's going to work?
Yeah,
question is, just take a little while to adjust to the match and the digs that you're seeing.
Right. So anytime that you start playing people that are faster and higher, the angles all change, and where the ball gets to go is going to change versus other opponents that can't put that kind of presence in front of you. So there's a whole bunch of things, Paul. Ball speed, like I said, the angles, and yeah, we ran into a team that was able to make that look different. And don't forget, some of the teams on that Missouri's schedule, they've seen that ball speed before. They've seen what we have. So we're going to have to try to find it here and find it there. And the adjustments were working. We just fell a little bit short.
Coach, how do you go about trying to replace the three girls who are sitting to your right?
Well,
How do you go about replacing the three players that are sitting to your right?
it's not easy, but I will tell you this. I didn't know when Sarah Eunice and Karen Augsburger graduated, how am I going to replace that? I didn't know the 2005 class. There was like 7 of them, and 4 of them were impact players. And a few years back, the Sweet 16 team. I don't know the answer, but my canned answer is, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to celebrate that they're gone. And I don't mean it that they're gone. I mean that we did everything right. You're talking about 3 of the most special people that I know. I mean, these girls have heard me say that there's been no more low-maintenance superstar that I've ever known than Chelsea Feakin. Well, now add 3 to that list. And you've been around sports long enough, sometimes you run into superstars that aren't as always easy to deal with from time to time. Absolutely not the case with Emily Hiebert, Mikaela Raudsepp, and Abbie Lehman. These guys, they were like freshmen trying to learn for 4 years and learning. Amazing people. So how to replace it, I don't know. I promise you I'll try. I promise you that I'll try to be a great leader and coach these guys up and see who the next young crop is that will emerge and behave that way. And I'll let you know when I see it.
What can be said about the impact they made on you during their time here?
Well, so another
What can you say about the impact they made on you?
So one of my coaching's not for everybody, and we live a interesting life. And for volleyball coaches, August through December, we give up so much. I even told my daughter tonight, when I saw her before the game, thanks for coming. This might be the last one. I can go back to being dad again. I don't know if you guys can understand that, but if you had my job, you'd understand that. We give a lot. And I call it the submarine ride, because once you're on it in August, there's no getting out, there's no getting off. August through December, we're going to be there a long time, figure it out. Figure out how to be good to each other, figure out how to be productive, and let's enjoy this ride. Without hesitation, I tell you, this is the greatest submarine ride that I have ever been on. And go back and look. I've had some pretty neat seasons to be a part of, but it was more than just that. It's this group, and in particular, the seniors, and of course the seniors on the court that were just so incredible throughout it all. I mean, if you had one on your team, you'd say, let's model after her. And, in this case, I got all 3. So the impact on me, well, maybe I'm going to raise the bar. I don't know. Maybe I will continue to look and choose character and recruiting over other things when you can. I wonder sometimes if people pay enough attention to that. We spend a lot of time together. And thank you for asking the question. We spend a lot of time together. It's really refreshing and awesome to be around such amazing young people that I just know we're going to make the world a better place. Write that.